Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today is not an adventure video, it is a campground review of the DEC Campground, and that is Department of Environmental Conservation Campground, Taylor Pond. It's one of their most primitive campgrounds in their network, and if you want a primitive camping experience, you may want to watch this video, so follow along. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below to continue to follow my adventures. But today is a campground review of the DEC Campground, Taylor Pond. Now I score my campgrounds in 5 different categories. They are inner roads and sites, facilities, which are your bathrooms and showers, amenities, what do they have to offer, staffing, is the staff doing their job, and then price point. The price you pay, is it worth coming to the campground? Now, Taylor Pond DEC Campground is located in the town of Blackbrook, New York, which is about 11 miles from Sable Forks and maybe about 10 miles from Wilmington, New York. Wilmington is the home of Whiteface Mountain, and offers 25 sites. I think there's 2 sites shut down because of the rehabilitation project, plus they have 4 or 5 paddle-up sites on Taylor Pond itself. All the sites can be reserved on Reserve America. So let's get into it. Inner roads and sites. Taylor Pond is a dirt road coming in to where you check in, and then beyond that, coming into the campground, it is a 1-lane road. It is basically 1 loop road all the way around. Campers, the size of my camper, there's about 5, maybe 6 sites you can put a camper more than 20 foot on. But all the sites you can put tents, or maybe a small camper like one of those bushwhacker campers, or maybe an R-Pod camper. There is a little branch off the loop that goes back. There are 4 sites back in the woods, and believe it or not, a couple years ago I had this camper back on the last site in there, site 8. It's tight. You better know what you're doing if you're going to try that, because I was inches away from trees. But the roads are stone roads. They are in good shape. The sites, most of the sites here are pretty level. My site was easy to back into and very minimal effort to get it level. All sites offer a fire pit and a picnic table. There is no electric, no water, or no sewer at any of the sites. So basically, there are a couple sites that are rutted from the rains that we've been getting here in the Adirondacks. The DEC needs to do some work on those sites. They have a stone pile out front. They just got to come in here for a day and do some work on the sites to level them back out and take care of those ruts. But anyways, for inner roads and sites, I score Taylor Pond a 6.5. Facilities. This is going to be a short one. There are no shower facilities here. There are no flush toilets here. There's only outhouses. And they are the outhouses that a vac truck has to come in and suck out and then put the new blue water in. There are 6 outhouses located throughout the campground. There's no hand wash facilities. There are 2 water spigots that you can fill your RV or get jugs of water. If you have an RV and you need to dump your tanks, you're not doing it here because there is no dump station here. But you can take your slip that you're given when you check in, and you can go to another DEC campground like Wilmington Notch, which is about 11 miles away. You can take showers there, and you can dump your camper there. They won't charge you because you have your slip from this campground here. But that is basically it here, just outhouses. So for facilities, I'm giving Taylor Pond a 6.0. Amenities. They do offer a picnic area. There is a boat launch. There's a hand launch area. There's no defined beach, but I've seen people go in the water at the hand launch area. It's kind of rocky. It's not really a sandy beach. There are hiking trails in the area. There's paddling opportunities in the area. Taylor Pond. Union Falls, Franklin Falls, and Fern Lake are all in the area. And there's mountain climbing. There's plenty of mountain climbing. Catamount Mountains in the area, Silver Lake Mountains in the area. So there's plenty of outdoor activities to do. There's even a hiking trail right off the campground that takes you over around Taylor Pond. So amenities, there's no playground for kids and no really big attraction here. It's just your basic primitive camping. So for amenities, I give Taylor Pond a 6.0. Staffing, well, since it's not a big campground, they don't have a big staff. They have one person who's the caretaker, and she's been doing a pretty good job. Since I've been here, I've seen her mowing the lawns. She's been taking care of the outhouses, keeping them stocked with toilet paper, keeping them clean. She does clean them. I've seen her clean them. And when people check out, she's going to the site, checking the site over, cleaning out the fire pit. She's doing a very good job at things here. One thing I do want to say though, if you come here and you have a large camper, like a 32-foot camper, let's say, and you made your reservation on Reserve America for a site that can barely take a teardrop camper, that is your problem, not the problem of the campground or the caretaker. She handled the problem quite well. She got them on a site that they can fit into. Like I said, there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 sites you can put a big camper on, a 20 or 30-foot camper. But if you reserve a site, you have a 32-foot camper, and you reserve a site that tells you it can only take a 10-foot camper, that's your issue, not the campgrounds. But she has been really attentive to people here. She's been helping them get into their campsites and answering any questions you have. So I'm giving her a 7.0. Price point. I paid $16 a night here, plus the $7.25 fee, reservation fee to Reserve America. You have to go on Reserve America to reserve the sites here, whether it's the paddle up sites or the RV tent sites here. $16 a night for base camp. It's basically just a spot to park your camper and have a fire pit, a picnic table, and they offer the outhouses. They do have water spigots here. It's not too bad if you want the primitive camping experience. It's $16 a night. So I gave them Taylor Pond a 7.0 on the price point. That gives them a 32.5 out of possible 50 points for an overall grade of 6.5. Incidentals. I have no cell service here. I have Verizon, nothing here. For gas is over 10 miles away. You either have to go to Sable Forks or Wilmington to get gas. There is, though, a nice little country store in Blackbrook. It's in an old church, and they have, I was quite surprised, quite pleased to see this store. I stopped by there, and they can make subs, they can make sandwiches, they have Michigans, the hot dogs. They have a cooler where they make mac salads and coleslaw, and they have your basic groceries. They sell beer, soda, and water, all in coolers. And one neat thing about it, they do have one aisle in that store that has all hardware. So if something you need for your camper or your vehicle or your tent, they may have it in that store. And that store is only 4.5 miles away from this campground. That is nice to have right there. So that is my review of the Taylor Pond DEC Campground. They earned a 6.5 grade. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.